so good to be here. My name is Patrick Cunningham. If you didn't get the disclaimer about the earplugs, my apologies. This is my natural voice. I am this loud all the time. I don't do awkward. I'm reading a couple of your thoughts. We're gonna get a few things out of the way. I know, this is what it looks like if Jon Snow just gives up. He just stops fighting and just finds Cheetos. You know, just watch that. I have one of those faces that people look at me all the time and go, you know who you look like? And none of them make any sense, and they are all valid. I was told once that I look like if Seth Rogen and Lou Ferrigno had a baby. Yeah. My favorite one the other day, I was at a burrito place. You know, yeah, you're like, obviously, fuck you. Some of you are fat too. Not pointing fingers. But I was at this burrito place the other day, and this older black lady, really nice lady, she walks up to me, she's like, has anyone ever told you that you look like Jesus? And I was like, oh, because my hair and everything. I was like, oh, thank you. She goes, and then she does the backhanded compliment thing. She goes, you know, like a heavier version. I was like, the kind that would have a place called the Burrito Place? Like that? Like that? Oh, man. I love food. I love junk food. Burger King. Man, did anybody get the Black Whopper? Anybody here get the Black Whopper? Just me and that stoned fuck back there? The only ones? Man, it was great. It was a great experience in my life. It was like a Whopper, but black. Like, it was just like a Whopper, which is fine by me. I love Burger King. I was in the Army for 7 years. And I don't know how many of you know this, but one universal truth is that any military post you go to, there's a Burger King. No one ever, when people are talking about, like, you know, big military contractors, they're like Halliburton, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, no one ever's like Burger King. But they're a huge military contractor, man. Like, I'm just wondering, like, have they ever detained the king, the big creepy king with the head? And when he's walking into the Pentagon for meetings, they're like, we have to search your head. Nothing, okay. No, just me, sorry, I must have been high. Yeah, no, I love Burger King. I love Burger King so much that I actually found out a while back, and I don't know how many of you guys know this, there is such a thing as the Burger King Whopper Bar. That's a real place that exists. The Whopper Bar. And there was no explanation. It was like, coming soon. The Whopper Bar. And I got so, like, way too excited about this. And I found out there's one in LA, there's one in New York, there's one in Universal Studios, Florida. And I had the privilege of being taken on a vacation last year. And they're like, we're going to Universal, and everyone else is like, oh man, we're gonna go to Islands of Adventure, we're gonna go see Hogwarts. I'm like, can we go to the Whopper Bar? Can we? They're like, really, we're gonna go on a vacation so you get Whoppers? I'm like, I can get like sun-dried tomatoes on those Whopper. Like, this is a big deal. It's like you can get your own sun-dried tomatoes and put them on a Whopper. It's not the same. I support the troops, you know? And I got there and it was just like a Burger King where you could get avocados. It was really underwhelming. But I was thinking, like, what if it operated like an actual bar? Like, this is from the gentleman across the bar. He asked me to put some avocados on it because you look like you're an adventurer. Oh, man. No. We have something in common right off the bat, you know what I mean? So you're getting married, congratulations. What's your name? Jessica. Getting married, congratulations, mazel tov, all that stuff. That's what we say where I'm from. A couple of things. Jessica, how did you meet your beau? Oh, that's not how you met him online? That's fucking awesome! That's awesome! I met my last ex online! And the ex before that, too! It's looking good for you, Jessica! Specifically the bachelor party, you look like, least a few of you have read 50 Shades of Grey. Am I wrong? Ah, there we go, we got one. I found out recently that there's a 50 Shades of Grey audiobook. Oh, you heard it, right? You heard it? Was it at work or was it in private? Just wondering. How was the narrator? Real question. How was the narrator? Like, was it a man? Was it a woman? Obviously, it was a woman, right? I think we need to gender bend a few things. Like, I found out recently. I love audiobooks. My favorite audiobook I found out recently was a Dungeons and Dragons audiobook. Don't judge me. I'm a nerd. Okay. But I specifically picked it up. I don't play Dungeons and Dragons. I picked it up because my favorite rapper of all time, Ice-T, narrated a Dungeons and Dragons audiobook. Right? And I listened to it and it was exactly what I wanted in my heart of hearts. It was like, yes, plus 10 for gangsta. Just really. But I was thinking to myself, the reason I brought it up is how much more awesome would the 50 Shades of Grey audiobook have been if Ice-T had narrated it? It would have been more lucrative for him. So I brought an excerpt. Here we go. This is you'll know, and a few of you. Anastasia and Christian's hot elevator makeout session. Before I know it, he's got both of my hands in his vice-like grip above my head. And he's pinning me to the wall using his lips. His other hand grabs my hair and yanks down, bringing my face up, and his lips are on mine. My tongue tentatively strokes his and joins his in a slow, erotic dance. His erection is against my belly. You guys want one more? You guys? Yeah. This is Anastasia's reaction to Christian's erect penis. Suddenly he sits up and tugs my panties off and throws them on the floor. Pulling off his boxer briefs. Classic. His erection springs free. Damn, motherfucker. He kneels up and pulls a condom onto his considerable length. Oh no, will it? How? I'm feeling some kind of way right now. There's a lot of questions running through my mind about my sexuality. You know what? I'll be honest. I've always been into women. I'm really, and I'm not. It's not a political thing. It's just a thing for me. I'm really pro marriage equality. I'm really pro gay marriage, and I think it's cool that everyone can get married. Even if you're against it, I might be able to turn you around on it, because you know what it's really good for? The economy. It's so good for the economy. Do you know who stands to benefit the most for this? A major corporation, specifically Men's Warehouse. Because you gotta think about it, right? All these guys, they're getting married, they're all gonna need tuxedos. And all these women, they're getting married, they're also gonna need tuxedos. You got it! Are you the comedian or am I the comedian? Jesus! I should quit right now. Is autocorrect the bane of anybody else's existence? Does anyone else fucking hate autocorrect? Dude, I know I wasn't saying ducking. I know what I was saying. But I bet you can get some universal truths out of autocorrect. I was having a music conversation recently. I started talking about Coldplay. It auto-corrected it to cosplay. Started talking about Tupac. It auto-corrected it to thorax. Then I started talking about Slayer. You know what it changed it to? Nothing. You know why? Because you don't fucking correct Slayer. Don't you do it. Alright. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave you guys with one quick thing. Anybody else ever listen to Boys to Men growing up? Oh man, dude. I love Boyz II Men so much, near and dear to my heart. Two questions, though, brought to mind about Boyz II Men. One, I never understood the use of, like, the number 2. Like, Boys, 2, Men, because there was 4 of them. I guess you can't call it Boys 4 Men, though. Guys, that's my time.